Now, ooh. Advanced firepower control system. Or shield. My opponent puts a shield on this Wraith. I don't know what that will effectively do, because that Wraith is not going to live against these level 6 Wasps with advanced firepower control, starting to push up to 5,500 damage. Juicy. Let me say, juicy. He finally puts some range onto his Wasps and goes for more Wasps. To counter his entire army, basically, I'm starting to put a really big tank in front of this. And, you know, these crawlers have been amazing, but they kind of have outlived their usefulness. In a good way, I want to say. Basically, they can retire now. So I sell them and put the heavy armor on the fortress, because now suddenly there's 100,000 more HP in the way of my opponent to push to this tower. This side is kind of being neglected this round, but honestly, will it matter all that much? I don't think it will. I'm sitting on a bunch of money. I end up leveling this pack of crawlers. And do I end up leveling the Scorpion? I think I do that. It did still do quite a good amount of damage in the last round. Ah no, I went for the oil. Oh yeah, I went for the oil. That will delay his ground units by a significant amount and will hopefully expose his air units. And it will also slow the entire push. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal in my opinion. Chaff here gets cleared out. That Wraith, including the shield, just got obliterated. These Wasps are a problem because there's nothing really on their side other than a couple of Fangs, which have less range than the Wasps. I do end up delaying his units with the Hackers by a decent bit. Basically, it means that I win this side just as he is taking the tower, which means he doesn't really get much out of it anymore. Now, unfortunately, there is units pushing on my tower and they actually take it, so the rest of this fight is actually a bit more scary. But the marksman, the lone marksman, is not enough against the carry Wasp. They simply have done too much damage, or they are doing too much damage. Tech Specialist comes out. Skill Specialist also worth a thought, because now you can start leveling every round. But these Wasps are kinda already almost at max level, so I don't think it will be worth it. They have done over 170,000 damage here. I forgot what I didn't look at what I was going for. Maybe I even... Oh no, I probably picked up Tech Specialist. My opponent did as well. I'm dropping some Vulcans because, well, there's fire on the ground and my opponent's army without chaff is absolutely nothing. And I do also end up dropping a tank here. But I kind of still need some anti-air. I forgot this round. Like, for real, I just forgot. I was too focused on these level 8 Wasps with advanced firepower control system. They are nuts. They are doing so much damage. And insane amounts of DPS. I think at this point you don't even have the ability to really counter it reliably with Fortress anti-air barrage. Because, they can... Like, they are starting to simply be too tanky. It takes, at this point, 3 missiles on the same Wasp to kill them. And if I had shields, that would go up to 5. My opponent does end up dropping a portable shield on his Wasp, and he invests further into Wasps. But he does not have the same carry Wasps that I have. They have 20 more range, and they do about 5 times the damage. Now, once again, I'm severely lacking anti-air here, and there's now 2 packs of triple attack level 2 Wasps here. But I have a lot better chaff clear, and these Wasps are not doing insane amounts of damage yet. I do end up clearing the chaff a lot more quickly, and this side, you know, like, what do I even need to say? It got annihilated. I'm ending up in a decent spot to take some of these sledges, which will delay the Wasps by a decent amount. The Hacker can get another sledge down, but that's all it can. The Wasp split, most of them head for the tower. They get it much more quickly than my opponent does. But he does eventually take a tower of his own, and that means his Wasps are now stronger than mine regardless. Under the tower debuff, they do less damage than my opponent's Wasps, and in the end though, there's still a Scorpion with decent amounts of health moving in, against not all that many Wasps, which have about comparable range with to a marksman, not exactly, entirely. but it's comparable, and the Wasps still take it. Nano repair kit, laser sights. If these Wasps didn't have an item already, that would definitely be going on the Wasps. My opponent does take that, and I'm not sure where he puts it. He puts it on the Wraith. So that Wraith now has the same range that these Wasps do, but I always have the advantage of picking up both Anti-Air Specialist and EMP, and both of these techs will start to obliterate the Wraith, not that it will survive for a decent amount of hits anyway. I throw down Fortress Anti-Air Missile, and 2 more Fortresses to help with Anti-Air. These Wasps are now level 3. And they will take 4 missiles to get destroyed because they have just over 300 health. I'm not sure if going for attack enhancement would change that. I am definitely not sure if that would change it. I do end up going for it, so I guess this is going to be a bit of a lesson for myself. I want to slow down the game once the round starts, just to see if that actually impacts the anti-air barrage and I assume other combat powers. Because if these shields get taken out by a single missile, that will be a yes, and if no, that will be a no. He buys out, absolutely reasonable, he needs to. Gets mech rage on the crawlers, I'm not sure why, into these Vulcans. Right, let's slow down to about 40% speed. Actually, let's speed up a bit to see the missiles launch. And I'm mostly interested in these Wasps, because they are the 900 HP. And it does look... Okay, no hits on multiple Wasps, or no 2 hits on the same Wasp here. Same here. You can basically see the entire enemy force right now being eviscerated by Vulcans and Fortresses here. How far are these? They are almost ready to re-attack. Chaff has basically disappeared on this side, and now my Chaff is moving in. And with the anti-air barrage, it's just horrible. Now, do they start instantly dropping? No. They still take an additional hit. So I guess this... Yeah, and they now take an additional hit here as well. I guess that proves it. This is unaffected by the tower damage upgrade. Now we can just watch the rest of the fortresses and Wasps annihilate the enemy. Because let me tell you, this is annihilation. But it's annihilation with level 9. Advanced firepower control system carry Wasps. They are doing almost 10,000 damage. It's insane. So yeah, I said this in the previous game as well. Which, if you haven't watched it, you should be watching that, because that was a bit of an insane game. I normally don't upload these one-sided Stormfests, but it's still cool. And after uploading the last game, which I guess, slight spoiler alert, I lost, and quite terribly so, I feel like I can afford to upload a game with a level 9 advanced firepower control system, almost 500,000 damage by round number 8 carry Wasp unit. Oh, poor Doof. Poor Doof. I think his issue was he should have sold these Wasps and at least denied the XP. But I also was extremely lucky being able to pick up the carry item and the the elite training combat power, I guess you can kind of call it that, because I was just able to make my Wasps work. I had the board for it, the Wasps stopped, I went for them, I made them into carry Wasps, and they just killed things. It's amazing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and listening. And I hope to see you next time. Until then.